I'm Joseph Flaeth, and I'm your startup coach. I'm here to demystify the process of starting a business. It's not complicated, folks. You can do this. All right, today I want to talk with you about asking. How do you ask for things? I have a track record of asking for things and getting them. I tend to be able to get just about anything that I would go out there and try and get. Maybe it's because I set realistic goals. Maybe it's because I know how to ask. I'm going to tell you a couple of tricks that I use when I'm asking for something. But first I want to tell you about a couple of different things that I've been able to do by just getting out there and asking. The fact of the matter is, folks, 100% of the time that you do not ask for something, you will not get it. 100% of the time. And if 10% of the time when you do ask for something you do get it, that's an infinite return on your investment. You have just made an infinite return on your investment because you've gone from absolutely no chance of getting it to absolutely having a chance. At least now you have a chance. So you've got to get out there and just ask for things. Whether that's making a contact, whether it's asking to close the sale, whatever it is, you just need to learn these techniques for asking about things. Now, one time I was working with a junior high and high school that was putting on a musical. I've done a lot of musical theater lighting. I do theater lighting as one of my avocations, one of my artistic expressions. You can find articles out there. An article I wrote for Lighting Dimensions magazine that was actually about this very event that I'm going to tell you about. I went to the Broadway lighting masterclasses in New York City and studied with some of the top lighting designers in New York, in the world, for about a week. It's a fantastic experience. It was just incredible, and if any of you ever get a chance to do that, if you like lighting design or if you like theater, go do these master classes in New York. They're an amazing opportunity. One of the classes I took there was on moving lights, and I learned from a couple of great guys. After the classes were over, I went back and was about ready to do our next musical, and I thought, dang man, I learned all these great things about these moving lights, but these high schools don't have any money. How in the world am I going to be able to put this new knowledge to use? So I asked. I picked up the phone, or actually I picked up some email, and I emailed these folks that I had met that taught the class, and I said, hey, do you think it will be possible, and who should I talk to? And they weren't the right people, but I asked them, I learned a lot from your class, complimented them on the work that they had done, and it was honest. They had done a great job of teaching me. And who should I talk to? Well, they are well connected. They put me in contact with the right people at Verilights and at Strand Lighting, and I was able to secure over $40,000 worth of brand new, off the line, with stickers on it, still fresh off the line, moving lighting equipment. Cutting edge stuff. And I was able to put this equipment in the hands of high schoolers who were then able to learn cutting edge technology in theater right from New York, just straight from New York, right off the assembly line. And I know it was right off the assembly line because one of the pieces of equipment arrived to me DOA. Right, it was dead when it arrived. I spent a day trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. Come to find out, I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was broken. So the company that shipped it to me shipped it back to their manufacturing plant, fixed it, and sent it back to me. Now, I don't know if you know anything about these pieces of equipment, but they are probably 2 feet by 1.5 feet by another 2 feet. They're gigantic. The boxes that they come in, probably more like 3 feet. Huge, heavy, 150 pounds probably for the container that carries this. They shipped it FedEx overnight from Seattle to Texas and back again. For nothing. For some exposure that I was giving them. Why would they do this? Why did they do this? Well, it has a lot to do with timing. It had to do with the situation that they were in, the situation that I was in, and how I framed the questions. So let me help you with how to ask for things and get this kinds of huge return. One thing you need to know is you need to always be thinking about the other person's perspective, right? Never be dishonest, please. Integrity is the most important thing, the most important asset you have in business and in life, and you need to maintain your integrity. So above all, be above board. But you need to be thinking about what the other person is looking for. So when I went to get this lighting equipment, I made sure to think about what would their needs be. Okay, these folks need to have people who are trained in this equipment to be requesting it when they go forward and to be getting it more out there in the market. So when I requested the equipment, I said, hey, would you loan me this equipment? I have no money for it. Would you loan me this equipment? And in return, I'll do a free workshop for anyone who wants to attend. I'll invite all the local high school teachers and all of who teach theater and all of those folks. Now you'll have this market that is becoming aware of your product. And sure enough, they like that. But another piece to keep in mind and to always include anytime you're asking for something that you know there's a risk you might not get it or something, always include this line at the end. You ready? Include this line. And if you can't help me out at this time, can you point me to or can you connect me with someone else who you think might be able to, or someone else who can, or something along those lines. Somehow what you want to do is you want to ask the person who you're addressing, who you go to the top of the chain. I did not start with the second or third or fourth line down of equipment. I went to the top rung equipment manufacturers. I wanted the best of the best. And you always go to the top and you ask that person at the top, hey, this is what I need. Here's how I see that you'll have benefit out of it. And if you can't help me right now, can you point me to the direction of someone who can? Now that does two things. It plays to their ego in one way, because I can't think of once that somebody has actually pointed me to someone else to fill the need where I went to them. The other thing that it does is when you do get those references, well, no, I take that back. I did. When I went to the lighting instructors, I asked them, can you point me to the right people? And they pointed me to the manufacturers. But what happens then is you get a reference from this top-rung person to this next person. So this next person over here who has been the recommendation of your top-rung person hears, oh, when you write to that next person, you say, I'm writing you because so-and-so said you were the right person to talk to about blank, whatever it is that you're asking for. Now that just puts you in the prime position of being associated with that other person, the top-of-the-line person, or the top-of-the-line manufacturer, and now it puts you in the seat of the person that top-of-the-line person recommends. They're not going to recommend somebody who's going to do shoddy work or who's not going to know their stuff. They're going to recommend you the right person. So that's what you need to do. You need to always keep in mind what the other person is looking for, what they need, what's in it for them, right? What's in it for them? Just like any sales or anything, what's in it for them? You need to always have integrity. Number one, you just got to have integrity when you're doing this. And you need to always ask for, if you can't help me right now, can you point me in the direction of someone who can? And usually what will happen is that person themselves will do it because they don't want to send you to the second tier. They know they're the best, and they'll give you the best. So, that's it. How to ask for things. 100% of the time that you don't ask, you won't receive. Thank you. See ya.